for the Lawrence Road crossing here in Kings Park, just east of Kings Park Station, about a half a mile. Beautiful Wednesday night, June 24, 2026. Probably as beautiful as an early summer night can be. We're in the Port Jefferson Branch. We're going to be here to see a couple trains. We're going to be here just for this one. Train 660 back to 8 cars after last week. One was short consist due to the U.S. Open Golf Tournament in Southampton. Trains are back to its normal consists. Tonight we're going to be seeing 660 tonight. EM30AC 500 leading 502 in the rear with 8. This was one of the few Anthony's Extra trains that ran. And we're going to head east, either to Smithtown or St. James, to see the rest. 662 and 661 and then 664. 664 running with DM30AC 516 leading 520 on the rear with 7. 516 520 was on the mini Cannonball on Friday night, utilizing a C3 cab car within in 5001. 5001 taken off, now back to a normal 7 car consist with no cab car in between. And obviously 660 without a cab car. This train ran as an 8 car set basically throughout the tournament. The other 8 car set had DM30AC 508 East End, 518 West End. Had 8 on Friday, increased it to 10 for the weekend, and went back to 8 cars. So we're going to be seeing 660 here and then moving east. All right, 660 running. Arriving at 611 tonight. 611, 612. As he's just arriving Kings Park right now. He's finally getting to Kings Park. A couple minutes late, about 3 minutes late. As he's finally making the arrival here. Time now is 6:14 as he's just departing Kings Park now, heading east. and 502 on the rear, train 660, Penn Station to Port Jefferson. Smithtown will be the next stop, followed by St. James, Stony Brook, and Port Jefferson. All right, we're overlooking here at the east end of St. James. We just got here moments ago as train 662 arrived. DE30AC 409, C3 cab car 5006 on the rear with 5. For some apparent reason, I must have mishit the button where I couldn't get the recording off the K5LLA chime of 409. Did get the photo opportunity, but not the video opportunity. So we're going to be waiting for train 661, which 662 meets. Over at Stony Brook. So we'll be getting to see that. All right, 10 now 6:45. 661 tonight, running with C3 cab car 5005 on the lead. DM30AC 501 on the rear with 5. That's Stony Brook on time at 6:42. Arrives here at St. James at 6:48. We'll be meeting 664 at Smithtown. Just received wind on the radar that we have an M3 for 1976 tonight. Just the 9842 leading 12. 9895 is on the west end. Set ran this morning was train 2103. Went back to Hillside. Actually, not Hillside, went to Jamaica. Laid up in the yard tracks at Jamaica and then came back out. And time now 6:47, and here he comes as he's just made the curve. At milepost 51 as he's cut the hit Mauritius Road. .61 is the scoot to Huntington. Equipment came in as train 656. right, time now 7 o'clock. And 664 is running 3 minutes late out of Smithtown. Well, going to be arriving 1 minute late. This is the scheduled arrival time is 7:01. Time now 7:02. You're in the hybrid K5L chime off of DM30AC 516. It's recently got retrofitted with eBell. D30AC 402 also. And 520 on the rear. 664 Penn Station in Port Jeff. And the engineer got me at the last second with the horn there. Not a bad evening for just getting a couple things at the store and then doing a quick little rail fanning afterwards. All right, today's Thursday, June 25th, 2026. We're making the walk down to the Port Jefferson Branch here. We're on Nissaquag River Road. I just parked my car up a little ways. Walking to the LIRR crossing right now here. We're going to be waiting for train 660 tonight. 660 running tonight with DM30AC, 508 leading, 518 on the rear with 8. Interesting to note that there are 3 8-car consists running. 660 has been 7 cars on a Thursday night, but tonight it is running with 8. as a new 8-car set was assembled for train 14. It's running with DM30AC 510, 505, and 8. And 20 has the equipment that was used as 660 last night. 500, 502, and 8. We'll be seeing 660 over here. Pretty interesting location. I've been at this spot quite a few times. And obviously we'll be taking shots over here at this crossing. As we're taking a look to the west over here. Mile marker 47.8. We're just about at the milepost 48 over here. Over here. Right now it's 617, 660 just departed Kings Park, passing through Fox 2 now. So he's running 7 minutes late. Scheduled arrival at Smithtown is 617. You're getting it Smithtown at 624. We'll be coming through here within the next within the 2 minutes after that point. 662, close behind it by about 5 minutes. He has an interesting consist on that one, is he's got DE30AC 401 leading 412 on the rear with 5. 661 running with C3 cab 5001 leading DE30AC 417 on the rear with 5. 508 has a very interesting T5 LLH line. It's one of the pretty good sounding ones. Just of note about T5 LLH chimes on the Long Island Railroad, DE30AC 402 just got its newly equipped horn, to which I spotted the other day over in West Hampton. New horn along with a new bottom bonnet, as the original bonnet had to get repainted or replaced, and it has a complete blank nose with the exception of the numbers and the "We Serve with Pride" herald underneath the headlight. This is one of the very quietest areas of the Port Jefferson Branch. Has quite a few wooded areas. This is one of them. You have some more wooded areas when you go between, say, us and Cold Spring Harbor. Just before Cold Spring Harbor, you have some wooded areas over there. And the interesting thing is, you have this area which is pretty scenic, along with right around milepost 55 going to Port Jeff. So you have quite a few wooded areas along this branch. And again, this is one of them. This also has pretty good straight line view all the way to the curve right at the home signal of post 2. And now 622, just as train 660 is about to hit the home signal of post 1, 662 about to hit, or has hit Kings Park. So a 660 arrives here at Smithtown. 662 is already at Kings Park, so basically 6-7 minutes behind 660 is 662 because of the fact of 660 being 7 minutes late. And I can literally hear the engines roaring up the hill at post 1. She's entering Smithtown right now. pretty neat thing about this radar here is that it's pretty accurate, as he's now come to the stop at Smithtown at this point. All right, time now 6:24. He's just making this move now. Actually, he's now 8 minutes late at Smithtown, and now he's on the move. M30AC, 508 the leader, 518 on the rear with 8. And now the gates are coming down. And look, we got a deer coming this way. You get those deer from time to time. All right, till now 6:31, and the gates have just come down here at Landing Avenue for 662. And sure enough, we have a double-ended DE set here. This actually has 4 cars. Port Jefferson. Next stop will be St. James. All right, we're on the south side here at Smithtown. Gates have just come down. Time now is 6:53. We're going to be watching 661 take the siding at Smithtown. And there's C3 cab car 5001. And 417 on the rear. Before the east side access opened up, this used to be train 657. Stayed in the siding here for a good 15 minutes, which would enable 664 to pass at the time. At that time, 664 ran out of Long Island City. Nowadays, 664 runs out of Penn Station, and it's been so since February of 2023. 661 is in the siding. The 664 always takes the main here, meaning that it is a priority train during the rush hour. All right, turn out 657. 661 has just departed, and as 661 has departed, 664 has now arrived. And 664 takes the main here at Smithtown. The M30AC 516 the lead at 527, and this was the same set from last night, but at St. James. Penn Station to Port Jefferson. Today's Friday, June 26, 2026. We're at the Sayville train station here at the very western end of Greeley Avenue. The Montauk Branch looking to the west, doing a quick video and snapshot of train 16 running with DM30AC 505 leading 501 on the rear with 12 cars. Should be coming through here right on time. It gets here around 509, 510. It's about a minute from the pass by. Still not here as of yet, so he should be here at any second now. Time now 5:11, and here comes 16 making its way east. dog, and we do have MOE at the rear tonight.